Good evening, friends. I hope you and your family are safe and well. Last lectures we have discussed about the supply and what kind of things are included under supply. Today we are going to learn about the place of supply. It is very important to study the place of supply. Whenever we will talk about the place of supply, we will think about the supply's definition, and supply includes sales, transfer, exchange. Supply may be goods, supply may be services, or supply may be both goods and services. Now let us discuss about the place of supply, how we will study. Place of supply. Now friends, whenever we will talk about the place of supply, section 10 belonging to supply of goods. Supply of goods. Supply involves movement of the goods under section 10 subsection A, clause A of the IGST, that is Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act 2017. Now under this, supply involves movement of the goods whether by supplier or recipient or by any other person. That means supply involves movement of the goods, moving the goods from one place to another place. Now friends, we will find out what will be the place of the supply. Without place of the supply, tax cannot be levied. Such goods are not taxable. The place of the supply where movement terminates for delivery to the recipient. You see friends, whenever the goods moving from one place to another place, and if it is a terminate the deliveries, end of the delivery, terminates means end the deliveries to the recipient, that particular place is called as a place of supply of goods. For example, Mr. Krishnan of Chennai received purchase order from Mr. Sawant of Hyderabad for want of commercial goods. Now, supply involves movement of the goods by supplier from Chennai to Hyderabad in a truck by road. So now, under this example, Krishnan is belonging to Chennai. He received purchase order from Sawant of the Hyderabad. Now, Krishnan, he is a supplier, Sawant is a recipient. Now, movement of the goods moving from Krishnan to Sawant by way of road in the truck. So where this goods terminates, it is terminated in Hyderabad. Therefore, place of supply of goods, Hyderabad. Place of supply of goods is Hyderabad. Next is supply delivers the goods to a recipient or any other person on the direction of a third person by way of transfer of document of title of the goods or otherwise. This is section 10 subsection 1 clause B of the IGST Act 2017. Now under this particular situation, goods are delivered by the supplier to the recipient or any other person on direction of third person, whether acting as an agent or otherwise, before or during the movement of the goods by way of transfer of the documents of the title of the goods or otherwise. It means what? Supplier sent his goods to the recipient, or third person outsider, he has given direction where we have to deliver the goods. And whenever the transfer of the goods, moving the goods, transfer of documents of the title of the good, title means ownership of the goods. So under this particular situation, which place is called as a place of supply of goods? It shall be deemed means assume that the said third person has received the goods, and the place of supply of such goods shall be the principal place of business of such person. The principal place, the main place of the business of the such person. Now we will talk about some examples. Mr. Krishnan of Karnataka received purchase order from Mr. Sawant of Sawantwadi for want a commercial goods. It means Krishnan, he is a supplier and Sawant is a recipient. Now supply involves movement of the goods by supplier from Karnataka. Krishnan is a supplier. He supply goods from Karnataka to Sawantwadi by road in a truck. Upon the directions of the Mr. Sawant of Sawantwadi, these goods are redirected to the branch office of the Mr. Sawant. The Sawant give the direction that don't send goods to the Sawantwadi. He give the redirect, and the redirect location is branch office of the Mr. Sawant, which is located in Panji in India, in Goa, by way of transfer of the document of the title of the goods, lorry receipts and lorry copy. So here under such situation, place of supply of goods is Sawantwadi. Why it is a Sawantwadi? Because in our rules, the place of supply of such goods shall be the principal place of the business. Now principal place of the business of Sawant is Sawantwadi. Therefore place of supply of goods is Sawantwadi. Then next we will discuss supply does not involve movement of the goods. Whenever the movement of the goods is not there, it means last two examples we have seen that goods are moving from supplier place to recipient place. Now this particular section 10 subsection 1 clause C of the IGST Act, goods are not moving. It means what? Where the supply does not involve movement of the goods, whether by supplier or recipient. It means it is not moving from supplier to recipient. Movement is not there in this particular transaction. Then question is, which place is called as the place of supply of goods? The location of such goods at the time of delivery to the recipient. This place of supply is irrespective of the location of the buyer and seller. The location of the such goods at the time of delivery to the recipient. So let us discuss one example. A and B both located in Kerala. B comes to shop of A. A deliver the goods to B. What is the place of supply of goods? Now under such example, A and B both are located in the same place, Kerala. B comes to shop of A. A is a supplier, B is a recipient. A deliver goods to B. It means he has hand over the goods in the shop. It means place, where it is a place is in the shop of the A, and both the persons, supplier and the recipients, are located in Kerala. What is the place of supply here? The place of supply of goods is Kerala. Next, goods are assembled or installed at site. Goods are assembled or installed at site. Section 10, subsection 1, clause D of IGST Act 2017. Where the goods are assembled or installed at site, the place of supply will be place of such installation or assemble. Whenever the goods are assembled and installed, where it is installed, where it is assembled, that particular place is called as a place of supply of goods. For example, Messrs. Feather Light Furniture Private Limited, being a manufacturer in the Mumbai, sent its personnel to Kolkata for setting up a new office for a client whose registered person office is in Delhi. The furniture is brought in dismantled form, full knocked down condition, to the office at Kolkata and assembled at the client place. Here, Mrs. Feather Light Furniture Private Limited, they are the manufacturer in Mumbai. They sent their personnel means labor, staff members, or workers. Personnel means workers. Feather Light Company sent their personnel, laborers or workers to the Calcutta. For what purpose? For setting up a new office for a client who is a registered office in Delhi. The furniture is brought in a dismantled form. Now this particular furniture they assemble at the client site in the Kolkata. The place of supply, the place of which installation and assemble. The place of supply is Kolkata. I hope you understood. So supplier belong to Mumbai and the recipient is belong to Kolkata. If they are providing the assembling installation facility, so where they assemble the goods, where they supply the install the goods, where we can say that it is a place of supply of goods. Goods are supplied on board a convenience. Now, where the goods are supplied on a board a convenience, including a vessel, an aircraft, a train, or a motor vehicle. Now, some goods are boarding to the vessel or aircraft or train, the location at which the goods are taken on board. I hope you understood the board. That means they pick up the goods from the platform or from that particular place. If the train is there, the station is there, the train where it is boarding point is there, departure point is there. Then vessel means the big ship where it is came this particular vessel is going to from Mumbai to Africa. So Mumbai is a boarding point. Aircraft from Mumbai to Bangalore, the boarding point is Mumbai. Train is going from Mumbai to Rajasthan, the boarding point is Mumbai. This particular example, see that Chennai Express train going from Chennai to Cochin. Messrs. X Ltd, located in Cochin, has supplied the food which are given to passenger during the night time. The food package are loaded at Chennai Central Station. Chennai. To find out the place of supply of the goods. The place of supply of the goods is where the goods are bowled or pick up. The answer is Chennai, because they loaded the goods, loaded the food packages at Chennai. Chennai Express going to Chennai to Cochin, and Mr. X Ltd located in Cochin, and they supply the goods at the time of during the food given to the passengers during the night time. They will give the food package during the night time, but where the food package loaded, it is loaded from Chennai. So Chennai is the place of supply of goods. Now, Mr. C of Chennai supply goods to Messrs. SpiceJet Airlines of Chennai, flying between Delhi to Mumbai. Now the goods are loaded in the aircraft in Delhi. Find the place of supply of the goods. Now our rule is where our goods loaded or bold, that particular place is called as a place of supply of goods. So here Delhi is the place of supply of goods because goods are loaded in the aircraft in Delhi. I hope you understood this particular place of supply. Now friends, the place of supply of goods cannot be determined. Section 10 subsection 2 of the IGST Act 2017. Anything not covered under the subsection A to E of the section 10 subsection 1 of the IGST Act are determined in such a manner as may be prescribed. Now it is very important, import of the goods. Import of the goods, section 11 subsection B. The import of the goods has been defined in section 2 subsection 10 of the IGST Act as bringing the goods into India from a place of outside India is called as the import of the goods. All imports are deemed as interstate supplies according to the IGST is levied in addition to the applicable custom duties. You see that friends, import of the goods, some additional custom duties is required to pay. If the goods have been imported in India, the place of supply of goods is the place of the importer is located. The place of supply of the goods is place of the importer is located. Now place of the supply of goods imported into or exported from India, section 11. Now this says that import of the goods, import in India, import into India, the place of supply of goods is location of the India, location of the India. Export from India, place of supply of goods is location of the outside India. Now friends, the place of supply of services. Now last slide we have discussed about up to the supply of the goods, section 10 and section 11 belonging to supply of goods. Now section 12, it is belonging to supply of services, place of supply of services, that we have to find out where both suppliers and recipients are in India. The supplier and recipients are in India. Supply of services to the registered person. Now let us discuss this. Supply of services to the registered person, section 12 subsection 2 clause A. Now let us discuss about one simple example. Mr. Krishnan, he is from Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, and he is a registered person. Mr. Sawan, he is from Pandharpur, Maharashtra. he is also registered person. He is also registered person. Now Mr. Krishnan supply taxable services to Mr. Sawant from Pandharpur. Krishnan, he is from Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. He is a registered person. Supply taxable services to Mr. Sawant of Pandharpur, Maharashtra, registered person. Now, under such situation, place of supply of goods is location of the recipient of the service. Location of the recipient of the service, that is Pandharpur, Maharashtra. So I hope you understood this particular section. Now next, supply of services to an unregistered person. Section 12, subsection 2, clause B of the IGST Act. Again we will discuss the example. Mr. Krishnan, he is belonging to Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. He is a cost accountant and he has registered person. Then Mr. Sawant from Pandharpur, Maharashtra, he is an unregistered person. Now Mr. Sawant is an unregistered person, Mr. Krishnan is a registered person. Now Mr. Krishnan provide taxable supply of services. Now our question is, what will be the place of the supply for supplying services to the unregistered person? So answer is location of the recipient where the address on records exist. Location of the recipient is Sawant and his addresses records exist. Their particular address, we can say that it is a place of supply. Yes friends, I hope you understood the place of supply of services purpose. Now then after that, supply of services to an unregistered person, section 12 subsection 2 clause B subclause 2 of the IGST, where the address on records not exist. That time what will be the place of supply? That time again we will take one example. Mr. Krishnan is belonging to Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. He is a water mechanic and he is a registered person. Another fellow is there, Mr. Sawant is from Pandharpur. He is a Pandharpur, Maharashtra. He is an unregistered person, and Mr. Krishnan provide taxable supply of services, and this particular recipient address does not exist on record. So what will be the place of supply? The place of supply is supplier place, that is Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Yes, I hope you understood. Then place of supply of services directly in relation to the immovable property, section 12 subsection 3 clause A. Now supply of services in relation to an immovable property. Now what kind of services? Architect provide the services, interior decorator, surveyor, engineers or other related exports and estate agents. Any service provided by way of grant of right to use of immovable property or carrying out or coordination of the construction work. These are the services provided by these particular persons. And any services ancillary means connected to these services, section 12 subsection 3 clause D. Then place of supply, immovable property located or intended to be located in India, then location of the immovable property is the place of supply. Sometime outside India is there, the location of the recipient is the called as a place of supply. Now one example we have to take. Mr. Krishnan, located in Panvel, engaged the services of Mr. Rokde, an architect in Panvel. Mr. Krishnan requests him to make design of residential complex to the constructed in Cochin, Kerala. To be constructed in Cochin in Kerala. Mr. Rokde provides drawing and design services in relation to immovable property located in at Cochin. Find out the place of supply of services. So in this particular example, location of the intent to be located the property. The property located in Cochin. The place of supply is Cochin. Now next, place of supply of services by way of lodging, accommodation by a recipient. Section 12, subsection 3, clause B of IGST Act 113. Suppose any persons who are take the services from hotel, inn, guest houses, homestay, club, or composite by whatever name called, and included a houseboat or any other vessel. Such kinds of services are available. Now any services ancillary to this service, these services, then the place of supply of services is location of the immovable property or boat or vessel, or outside India, location of the recipient is the place of supply of services. Let us discuss one simple example. Miss Kadam, registered person in the Jaipur. She went to Dharavi, Mumbai and stay in Taj Hotel at Dharavi, Mumbai. She also availed the beauty treatment services at hotel. Find out the place of supply. It means main service is accommodation is there, lodge. It means she is staying Taj Hotel is a main service. Now connected services, the Taj Hotel provide the beauty treatment services also. So these connected services take by Miss Kadam. What will be the place of supply? The place of supply of service is Dharavi, Mumbai. The place of supply of service is the same for accommodation of the service by hotel as well as beauty treatment. It is in ancillary service to the accommodation. Ancillary means connected with the accommodation. I hope you understood this example. Now, sometime immovable property for organizing any event, any marriage, reception, matter related thereto, sometime official, social, culture, religious, business functions, including services provided in relation to such functions at property. That time same things we have to apply location of the immovable property. In India and outside India, location of the recipient property. For example, we will discuss. Then sometime supply of services in relation to the restaurant, catering services, personal grooming, fitness services, beauty treatment services, health services including the cosmetic and plastic surgery. So where is the place of supply? Location where the services are actually performed. The location where the services are actually performed is the place of supply. Now for example, Messrs Cut Limited provides of hair cutting salon services located in Mumbai. Mr. Preetham came from Jharkhand to Mumbai after appointment of the haircut. The services are provided in Mumbai. Find out the place of supply of service. The place of supply of service is Mumbai. Where it is located, service is located, there we can say that place of supply. Mr. Joshi, a person staying at Dubai, trained for the purpose of grooming of horses in Chennai. Find out the place of supply. So where they groom the horses, Chennai. So Chennai will be the place of supply. Now, Mr. Eknath, located in Mumbai, a well-known choreographer, being a judge appraisal the performance of the recipient in dance and auditions. He gone to the Bangalore for the appraisal of the performance of the dance show competition of the various participants. Find out the place of supply. The place of supply is Bangalore, where it is located. The place where actual performance is happened, that particular place is called as the place of supply of services. So friends, I hope you understood the section and the place of supply. Place of supply is very important. Place of supply provide the where it is taxable, which location is there. So I hope you understood. You have to study, you have to write in your notebook all the notes and example for your understanding purpose. If you have any difficulty, any problem related to the place of supply, you can share in our WhatsApp group. I will explain. So I hope you understood the sections. Sections are very important that we have studied, that is section 10, section 11 and section 12. Section 10, section 11, section 12 of the IGST, which are related to the place of supply. Now friends, we will move further and we will discuss the value of supply and time of supply also. So you have to study hard this supply, because under this GST, without supply, understanding the supply, we cannot understand the GST part. I hope you understood these examples through all the sections. I hope. Thanks.